I was super emotional about it, like cried about it for days. And then I just realized like, okay, I have to just let this go.
When I spoke to you last, I think Dove was only like 3 months old, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, no, I don't know how this has happened.
I know. How is she doing?
She's doing great. She's wearing the doc band now, which is like the helmet. And the first couple days, it's always a little rough because they have to like get used to the skin, like their skin and it being hot, but she's doing great.
Good. I mean, that had to be such a scary experience.
It was, but babies are so resilient. It was so hard leading up to it. And then she blew me away. I'm like, I can only think if it was like myself or my husband going through that, what we would have been like. Mm-hmm. And she was just, she just wanted to be held and loved. And, she's such a fighter.
Was there anything harder about this time around? Like, was breastfeeding, I don't know if was breastfeeding more difficult? Was losing weight more difficult this time around?
In regards to breastfeeding, I couldn't actually breastfeed, which it was hard because I found that out after the fact. So after I had Slayton Cruz, I had breast augmentation. I got my boobs done, and I didn't ever think I was going to have more kids. I didn't get pregnant naturally with them. And, Dove was a happy surprise. Mm-hmm. So when I was in the hospital, I was trying to breastfeed her and it just wasn't working. Yeah. And they had said because of the surgery, there's a chance that you can't afterwards. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't aware, and I was super emotional about it, like cried about it for days. And then I just realized like, okay, I have to just let this go. The important part is that she's fed. Right. Yep. And, I know that, yes, I was able to breastfeed the other kids, but that doesn't mean that I love Dove any differently or that I'm not supporting her in the same way. And I really had to let go of that like mom guilt that comes along with something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got an elective surgery and now this has happened. But, I let it go, and now I can kind of laugh at it and go, like, wow, Teddi, you're really taking yourself seriously there. Like, cut yourself some slack.
But it's true though. I mean, we put so much pressure on ourselves to, you think you're going into it a certain way. And then if things don't work out the way it does, you feel that mom guilt, but like you said, fed is best. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. And, I think what helped me was like when I was in the hospital, there's a huge breastfeeding initiative. So they just kept trying. And the more that they were like using the pumps and then the specialists coming in and all that, they were like just getting ginormous and nothing was happening. And then I was getting more emotional. And actually what my pediatrician, said to me was just, you've got to take everything out of it that makes it personal and just say, I need to feed my baby. And that's the priority. Mm-hmm. And then once you do that, it's a lot easier. And then for me, it was also just telling our family, like, it sounds crazy, but we as moms, put so much pressure on ourselves. It was like telling Edwin's family, like, I'm not able to breastfeed, and explain the reason. And then once you kind of get it out there, then you let it go.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Yeah. You're like, I can breathe.
Yeah. Like, okay. And they're all like, okay. Yeah. Like, what did you think we're going to say?
Right. Totally. I did see on Instagram that you said that you are going back on birth control because there's going to be no more miracle babies, right?
No, I am back on birth control. I'm on birth control for the first time in I don't even know how long, because now that I know that I can, I'm like, we don't, but my husband keeps teasing me. He's like, I think we could have one more. Now would be a great time. I'm like, now would not be a good time. And no.
Are you open to more, or are you like shops closed?
I'm saying right now, no, I don't think so. I feel like our house, like before Dove, I was like, I could imagine it. And I can't now. So I don't know what that means, but our house feels really complete right now.
Yeah, definitely. I always love asking parents this. What is one thing about parenting that you wish you knew before you had your kids?
That you're going to make mistakes, mm-hmm. and that it's okay. Yeah. And you're going to get surprised, and every day is a new day, and kids are really smart. You're not fooling them. Yeah. So I think those are the biggest things. And the same way I, tell myself or tell my clients or tell anyone, it's you've got to give yourself grace. Our kids do the same thing for us and for them, so you just teach them about being vulnerable and being open and honest, and, it's really fun.